All right, folks. What it means to be black in this country. Check this out. A sister in Omaha, Nebraska says a now former cop deliberately put trash on her car repeatedly. Now, folks, someone had been dumping trash on Quatisha Valentine's car, okay, since the summer. Okay, let me say this again, y'all. Since the summer. So what did she do? She couldn't figure out what was going on. So she set up a camera to catch the culprit. To her surprise, it was what? It was a cop, William Klees. He was caught on video dumping trash on her vehicle. He resigned from the Omaha Police Department after being cited for criminal mischief. Omaha Police Chief Todd Schmaderer. This is his statement right here. Todd Schmaderer, I'm sorry. Officer Klees has completely disrupted the peace in the sense of safety for Miss Valentine. His actions are not indicative of the values of the hardworking women and men of the Omaha Police Department. His conduct is unbecoming of an officer and warrants his removal from the OPD. Really? She and her attorney join us right now. Shay Olapale join us right now. Glad to have both of you here. So first of all, we have. I'm trying to understand this here. What was the deal? Why? First of all, were y'all living in the same area? Did y'all have a run-in? Did you notice, dude? Why were you being singled out?
I am not aware of why I was targeted. I've had literally one interaction with Officer Klees, and that was in the halls of seeing him come inside. And to my knowledge, that's when I realized he was an officer by him having his, uniform on.
Okay, so you say in the hall. So were y'all living in the same apartment complex?
Yes, so we was living in the same apartment complex.
Okay, so you're living in the same apartment complex. You see this guy one time, and so was this happening every night? Were you walking out to your car every morning and seeing trash on your car? And what kind of trash were you talking about? I mean, was it like literally food contents and just being dumped all over your car?
Yes, this would be dumpster garbage, literally from the dumpster right across from my car. This man would go get trash out of the dumpster to dump on my car. There would be his lunch sitting on top of my car, just like neatly propped of someone's lunch just sitting on top of my car. I moved in maybe about January of the beginning of this year, and it's been going on for 6 months after living there.
This was like every day?
This was like a periodic time. Sometimes it would be a few times a night. Sometimes it'll be periodic to where it's like once a week. It's just here and there, but it's been going on for months.
Wow. Okay, so this is going on for months. And all of a sudden you said, look, man, I got to figure out what's going on. So you set up video surveillance. Take me through that.
Yes. So after having the puncture in my tire and scratches on my car, dents on my car, and eggs thrown at my car, this time I was just like, somebody is clearly stalking me, someone's watching me. And that's when I decided to put up a surveillance camera of my own. So I propped this surveillance, into my home, facing my vehicle and any really other vehicles as well. However, yes, there were on-site cameras, but
okay. So you set up a camera in your place, pointed at your car, and how long did it take for you to discover who was doing it?
It took me some months. It finally took me over what, 6 months, 6 months now to figure out who's been doing this. I did, tell my the management of the apartments, someone is watching.
So her video froze there. I'm going to bring in her attorney here. I'm sorry. I think you came back. Sorry, you froze there.
I can hear you.
Gotcha, you froze. So you told your apartment management, and what, they did nothing?
So with the eggs and the flat tire, that's when I was just, in much shambles, just pretty much scared for my life because this person is, I don't know, trying to get me stopped or whatnot. So yes, I brought it to their attention. I emailed the hiring manager. I went down there. I spoke with them. I spoke with them on the phone. Of course, they told me that they cannot show me surveillance because of, retaliation or whatnot. However, they just told me, make a police report. And our cameras can't see your car. They can't see the dumpster, can't really see any of the cars. It's more so pointing down as to where if someone was to walk in, then they can see them like at the door. But they just advised that maybe I just don't park in that spot anymore. However, it's literally right in front of the apartment.
Wow, that is absolutely crazy. Shay, I mean, again, listening to this, you just like, I can't believe this actually happened. And so when we discovered that it was him, what then happened? And what did he quit or was he fired?
So the reality is the Omaha Police Department put him on a paid administrative leave. And in doing so, they opened an internal affairs investigation, had scheduled an interview with him. Prior to that interview occurring, he tendered his resignation, for which they accepted, and therefore he resigned. He didn't get fired. At this point in time, he still has his credentials to go and work for any other police department if he wants in the state of Nebraska. Now, the reality is, can he and will he? We don't know. But Omaha Police Department was very quick to determine that he was not on the clock during the incident for which he got caught. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't actually on the clock. We don't know when he was on the clock in any other times.
So he resigns and he was charged. Was he found guilty?
At this point in time, his charges have just been cited. He has not been to court yet. He has, in fact, if you look into the justice system in Nebraska, you won't even find his charge even being filed yet. Generally, it takes him quite a bit of time, about a month and a half. But at this point in time, he is scot-free, and all he's facing is a misdemeanor.
Wow, that's just absolutely crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Quatisha, I take it since he was outed, you haven't had any issues since?
I haven't had any issues.
Wow, this is, it's just crazy. I mean, Shay, this is a perfect example of, again, what happens when you're just trying to live while Black in America.
Unfortunately, this is an incident that, it's got caught, right? It's a matter of somewhat like, George Floyd, where if it wasn't on video, we're not going to be able to have the voice and be heard and people held accountable. But for Quatisha's, the Miss Valentine's efforts to find the culprit herself by videotaping, we still wouldn't know. We would still be going about life and having a police officer not being held accountable and being able to circumvent the law simply because he wears a badge.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Quatisha, I hate that you had to go through this, but great for you to set that video camera up and bust him in the act. Last question for you. When you did videotape him, was he actually wearing his uniform when he was doing this?
He was not wearing his uniform when he did this. I was just aware that it was a resident because he was able to park into the apartment complex's garage. So once I realized it was someone that lived here, I just pretty much just waited it out until they walked inside, and then that's when I confronted Mr. Klees. And
so when you confronted him, is this the video here of you confronting him?
Yes, it is.
Guys, do we have the audio up? There's no audio? Okay, so you confronted him and then you follow him to his door. And so what did he say to you when you confronted him?
Mr. Klees didn't say anything. He just, as you see, gave me a sign and he walked inside his apartment.
Boy, racists will be who they are. Look, we appreciate it. Quatisha, thanks a lot. Shay, thank you so very much. Let us know what happens with this case if he's actually brought to justice.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I mean, damn, I'm a Congo. Can we? That's what I try to explain to people. Is hell being black in America? Damn, we just trying to live, and this fool here wants to dump trash on a car, puncture a tire.
Yo, man, I'm glad you had that video at the end because he got a little taste of his own medicine, a small taste. But you know, you wear that shirt that says vote like a black woman, and these stories we're talking about tonight, you know, a sister after sister having to advocate and fight for themselves with this society just going against them in every way, shape, or form. And it's so frustrating, you know, for the work that we do and that we talk about in this community, to really support our sisters and uplift them. There should be no way in hell she should have to deal with something like that. And I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that they are also pursuing some type of legal action with the apartment complex. This is what, some type of garage that you have to have access to get in there, as she was saying. So they clearly knew who was doing it, and they're gonna say can't give access to the footage. And they also can't confront him in any way, shape, or form. So is there some type of complicity going on? Or they just didn't give a damn because she was a black woman? In some way, shape, or form, she needs to be going after them as well because she needs to get paid. And then lastly, I am so tired of seeing issues with these officers, whether it's larger cases like these murders that are happening or situations like this where they're just allowed to resign. They need to be fired. This is another reason why we need to go hard in 2024 to make sure we get enough senators and people in the House as well to get this George Floyd policing bill passed so this guy can't go anywhere in the country and still be a cop.
I mean, what in the hell can you say, Nola? I mean, this is the type of stuff, again, that we have to deal with over and over and over and over again. Just trying just to live and walk around stuff, and folk just want to make it difficult because we are black.
Absolutely. And, you know, the first thing that comes to my mind is her safety. I'm in a security space, and this is really unfortunate because, you know, in a time where there are people really trying, you know, to have these conversations about how can we make relationships, you know, among law enforcement and the communities better. And then you have a situation like this, you know, you have a situation where someone's personal security is being invaded. You are stalking someone, you are traumatizing someone, you are terrorizing someone at their home. And that is like a really different form of this, right? Because this is intimate. This is private. This is inside a secured facility where there are cameras. And, you know, she isn't being protected where she lives. I'm also very curious about the demographic in that where she's living. Are there other Black people that live there? Are they also feeling threatened? Have they also gone through similar situations? I am very concerned about her safety. And I'm also irritated because she probably yet again has to take in her own hands her own personal safety. And that is not cheap. But I am worried because he is a cop. And, you know, if there's going to be some sort of retaliation involved with this. But this is just one of those kind of demoralizing situations where it's like, yes, we are just trying to live. You know, like, I don't know any Black person that wakes up in the morning and say, how can I mess with others? How can I mess with white people today? I don't know anybody who does that. We really just want to live our lives in peace and in safety. And as a woman, you know, this makes me feel a way because it's like, okay, this is a law enforcement person, you know, who has access to her private residence in terms of where her car is parked. And, you know, to all the women out there, you know, we are definitely living in very, very interesting times. And please be careful. You know, if you're able to, please put up security measures if you're able to. And, you know, I wonder if there's something that even needs to be started with some of these movements, you know, that cater to women's issues around our safety, because these sorts of situations are increasing. And this is a problem. I am very, very, very worried for her safety and other women out there too.
Yeah, well, it is just, I mean, it's crazy when you see this particular story here. All right, folks, back to our Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Don't wait till November 8th. We can vote today, y'all. Early vote started this week.
We're on Savannah State University's campus. We'll be dorm storming today, giving out treats for everyone. We hope to see everyone at the polls when it comes to November.
If you believe we got power, let them know. Make some noise. Put a fist up. I need to see a fist in the air because we got power. Come on, you put it up. Come get your shirt. We're out here in the streets of Savannah, Georgia. James, do not forget to go vote. I got you. If we vote the right people in, we can make a change. We can get these resources in our community.
I am a woman, and it is important that we have the say-so of what we want to do with our bodies.
We're concentrating on entrepreneurism, providing young people with resources and training that they need in order to change their trajectories. We want Black down. Democracy is on the ballot. Voting rights is on the ballot. Voting suppression is on the ballot. I am most passionate about those three combined because they all impact each other.
Savannah is my home. I care about my community, and I care about representation in my community.
Our voices are still going to be heard no matter what kind of obstacles try to come up against us to stop us from voting. We're still going to be standing our ground.
I see the effort that's being made to keep our communities from voting. So that makes me realize it's even more important, because if it wasn't important, they wouldn't be fighting to make sure we couldn't vote.
This doesn't stop this year. This is a forever movement.
We're going to exert our power as a people, walk in our rightful place. We're going to change our communities, fight for our communities, and build our communities.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punches! I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?